So after being in our Forest River Riverstone Reserve 3850 RK for a couple of months now, we decided it was time for a walkthrough tour. During our last tour video, many of you said, hey, we didn't get to see enough of the trailer. We liked what we saw, but we really want to see more. So today you get what you want, and you're getting exactly what you asked for, a walkthrough tour of our Forest River Riverstone Reserve 3850 RK, which stands for rear kitchen.
Love the rear kitchen. So make sure that you hit that like button, leave us a comment below, and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the little bell so you can get notified every time that we upload new content, especially if you like what we're doing and you decide that you'd like to chase your adventures the same as what we're chasing our adventures.
Make sure you stick around to the end, because kind of like Matt's RV reviews, we're going to give you a few things that we dislike about our Forest River Riverstone Reserve 3850 RK, and some things that we absolutely love about it. So let's stop talking and let's get to the tour.
So let's start in the kitchen. Yes, we have the rear kitchen in this unit, and I love it. So in these cabinets here is our pantry area. So you have tall shelves to put big things in. You have these nice drawers that you pull out, and you don't have to like dig into the back end, and you're not going to lose anything back there. So these are really nice, and they have the soft close, so they just close and you don't have to worry about them slamming and things flying backwards or anything. So it's really nice pantry area. Now this, look at this spot. This is a huge cabinet. Look at all the stuff that you can put up there in this cabinet. It's huge. This is just where we put some of the stuff that we don't use as often. So this is really a nice big cabinet there. The residential refrigerator. This I highly recommend. If you can't decide whether you want to stay with the other one or go with the residential, I recommend the residential. The residential is just like you said, what you have in a house. It keeps the temperature even. It's really nice. We have these storage bins in here. We did a video on that last week. 10 items for $25 or less, and the bins are on there. The non-slip shelf paper is on there, and our refrigerator thermometer, so we can keep track of what the temperature is in our refrigerator and our freezer. So then we have the bottom freezer, and you have plenty of space in the freezer too for all of your frozen foods, which is really nice. So then we come over here to the cabinets in the corner, and boy, do they have a lot of room here also. So the nice thing about these cabinets is they go all the way through, so it's kind of like an L shape. It goes all the way through, and so it just really stores a lot of dishes or whatever you should decide to put into these cabinets. Now you'll notice that the cabinets have these magnetic locks on them, and they're pretty strong. You know, sometimes I'm having to really tug to get them to open up. So you're not going to have to worry about things flying out when you're moving down the road. Now a nice touch that they did on this unit is they put the space up here so you can decorate it or whatever you wanted to do with it. And so I took some flowers and I put a nice flower arrangement up there. Also, the other nice touch that they did is if you take a look at the ceiling, they put this nice tin up on the ceiling. You know, talk about giving you that homey feeling. It's just a very nice touch that they have done on the Riverstone Reserve here. It's really nice. So coming down here, you have 4 drawers where you could put your silverware and all of your other utensils. These 2 are soft close. They also have the real wood. You don't have any of that particle board or anything like that, so they're very sturdy. The bottom drawer down here is a larger drawer, so you can put your bigger items down in that bottom drawer. Over here on this side, they have another cabinet with another pull-out drawer. And don't hit the stove because it makes a ticking sound. So if you bump into it, it lets you know it. So up above here, you have this other large cabinet. As you can tell, I'm not using all of the cabinet. You could use another shelf up there, but that works. It looks good. You have a nice Samsung microwave. It's a large microwave here. And you have the 4-burner stovetop, which is really nice. And you have a nice large oven. We cooked a whole chicken in this during Thanksgiving time. It's also large enough if you want a turkey, you can put turkey in there too. It's big. Now, one thing I did do, because you don't see a thermometer on here, so you don't know what your oven temperature is. They do have it on the knob, but I didn't find it to be accurate. So on Amazon, I got this thermometer, and I just put it up here with a command strip, and that way I can turn it on when I'm going to use my oven and know what my temperature is when I'm baking or cooking anything in there, because it is hotter than what this knob says. So that's a good thing to have. So over here in this cabinet, we have all of our spices. This is a large cabinet, so as you can see, it really holds a lot of stuff in that also. So that's a really nice cabinet on that side. So we're now at the kitchen sink. The really nice touch that they did for the sink is they used this natural wood. They didn't put any stain or anything on these boards. So we got the food grade mineral oil, and we put the oil on here, which helps protect the wood, and you'll see that the water will bead up if you should get it wet. So but I really like the natural wood. It adds just a little bit more pretty to the kitchen. You've got your full 2 sinks here, which is really nice for doing the dishes and stuff. Below the sink, they put this little cupboard here, so you have a place to put like your bottle brush and your sponge or whatever you want to put in that little section there. You have 2 drawers, this one, and then this one is a much deeper drawer, so you can put like your towels and stuff that take up a little bit more room. Now, in some units, this is where you can put a dishwasher. This unit is dishwasher prepped. But I think that Gordon does a great job at doing the dishes.
Thanks,
so we didn't need the dishwasher. And it's just another thing to go wrong anyways. So over here in this corner is something that is very unique. I've never seen this in any of the other units that we have ever looked at. So they cut a hole out, and they had a trash can down here in this hole. But we chose to do something else with it. When we go outside, we'll show you the outside of what this looks like. But we chose to put our backpack, our hiking gear in this compartment outside. So if I need a backpack, I have them stored right on top, and I can get it without having to go outside. So this actually is a much better idea than a trash can. We came up with a different idea for our trash can instead of putting it down the hole.
So let's show them what you did for the trash can.
Yes. Well, take a look at the hole first. Take a peek in the hole and see what's down in there. And so what we chose to do instead of putting trash down that hole, which I thought was going to be a big mess, is we purchased this, and I have actually command stripped this trash can to the wall, and it has never moved in any of our travels so far. And so this is a great place because you can actually open the cupboard and still have room between the cupboard and the slide, so it doesn't have to get moved. So that's a really nice thing. You have this extra little countertop here, and it will fold down if you don't need it. And this is where we put our dehumidifier, which we highly recommend, and we have that in a video also, is getting a dehumidifier and running one of those in your RV. So now let's move over here to the dining room and the work area. This is a really nice area because it's all one section here on the slide, and it's easy to work together. And on the table here, you're able to just pull this out, and there's a leaf that we keep stored under the bed to where if you have extra guests, you have 4 place settings here, and we do have the extra chairs, and then you just put it back and be done with it. Another nice little extra touch that they did for storage area is over here. You will see that they have these nice cubbies here, and it holds some of your smaller items, and it's just a nice little place to, you know, like Gordon puts his mouse over here and things like that, so you can just, you know, whatever you want to put in those little storage areas too. So those are really nice to have. So we'll go over to the desk area now. And the desk area is really nice, especially for people who work at home, or us YouTube creators who do a lot of computer work and stuff. It's better than trying to sit on the couch or, you know, trying to find a place to do all of that work. So you have this nice desk area. There's 6 drawers, 3 on each side. And the bottom drawers are actually very large, and so they fit a lot of stuff in the drawer. So you have a lot more storage areas for all of these drawers also. So now we're going to move into the living room area. We have this nice 65-inch smart television from Samsung also. And so you don't have to have like your Amazon Firebox or DVD players or anything like that. We've really liked having that because it's just so clean. You have the fireplace, of course. The fireplace is lovely. I love the fireplace. We had it in our last unit also. Never want to go away from having a fireplace. So this is our guest couch Skybird's place. Now, if you remember in one of our other videos, Christmas ideas, I believe it was, we told you about this cover for the couch, because I wanted to make sure that our couch was protected and had a place for Sky, because we've allowed her on the furniture. So this is great. I could take it off, throw it in the machine, wash it up, and put it back on here. It's fabulous. Now up above the couch is all of this extra storage here too, and this is one long unit, so you don't have to have it all broken up. And we have some bins up here with different things in here. We do try to keep a lot of the stuff up here light, that way it doesn't damage the cabinetry or anything. Another nice little touch that they have done in these units is your windows. So not only are they just pretty, but they're functional. You can put things on top of them. Some of them I have command stripped. The other thing is that these are very narrow, and so they're not sticking out and they're not in the way. And we have a little bit of a windowsill here also. So they did a really great job when it came to these windows. So over here, as you can see, I used the command strip, and I just stuck that there, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's just there. We used command strips on the bare metal up there, and it just sits there. I don't have to worry about it anymore. They did put the theater seating in here, which is actually very comfortable. We enjoy sitting here in the evenings and watching TV. Another great thing about this unit is this. This is a control panel for the lights. So I can turn the lights slides on and off. I can turn the kitchen light off or on again. I love this. Great idea, guys. So let's move down the hallway towards the bathroom. I know, he hit that button, didn't he? So this is the hallway. And in the hallway, this is a great thing, because of course this is where all your command control panel is here. Okay? And so you have your home screen. These are tanks. These have the infrared sensors on them, and they have been accurate so far. Because they're on the outside, they don't get dirty like some of those other things do. You can turn on all your lights, turn off all your lights. You got a master off, everything goes off. You got a master on, everything comes back on. Really great. And of course you can control your air conditioners and heaters, and the slides. Now, I like the slides because I'm the one who puts the slides in and out, and they're color coordinated, so the purple goes with the awnings and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So it's really cool how they did that. Up above, haha, look at that. That is where we keep the extra stuff for our guests, and it's completely out of the way because look how high it is. It's way up there. So that's a great place to put those little extra things. In this cabinet here is just where we keep going outside stuff with Sky's leash, jackets, Sky's bones, our keys, all of those kind of things we just keep here because it's easy. And look at that, you close the cupboard and you can't see it anymore. It's fabulous. They did this too. This is really cool. In the stair, why not use that space, you know? So this is where we keep all of the extra little things, the poop bags and a couple of little tools and stuff. Fabulous idea. All right, so let's move into the bathroom. So the nice thing about the bathroom is look at the amount of space that you have. You have the double vanity, you have a cabinet on each side, which is really nice. And you have all of this cabinetry. You have 6 drawers plus 2 cabinets that you can put stuff in. Talk about storage. Holy smokes, there's a lot of storage in this bathroom. So let's take a look at the shower. It's a nice large shower here. You have these nice black shelves that they did. These are actually metal, not plastic. So they did a great job of putting that in here. You do have your adjustable shower head here, and you have a bench, you know, if you should need to sit down and shower or whatever you need to do with a bench. So it's really cool, and you can also fold the bench up if you don't need it, and it just gives you a little bit more room in here. So it's really great. So now the other thing that they did really nicely is these cabinets over here. So you have 3 cabinets and you have a lot of space in each one of these cabinets. You got a shelf here, so it divided it up. They put a laundry hamper in this one here, but I'm using it to actually store our towels in because it just, I don't want to, I have a hamper. I don't need this as a hamper. But you can use it for a hamper if you want to. And then the netting just removes and you can take it over to your laundry room. So it's really nice. All right, so now we're gonna go into the bedroom. So the bedroom here, they did a nice job with the headboard. It has a nice little color to it, and it's just, it's homey. It's really nice. We do have a king size bed in here. This is a Sleep Number bed, and so a standard king size bed fits. You have plenty of room in your closet. You have shelves up here. There's shelves behind the clothes. Plus you have all of the hanging rods here. There are shelves on each side of the bed with a cabinet that you can put things in. Also, you've got your plugs. You've also got USB ports there for charging your phones, if that's how you charge your phones, is with USB. The other side of the closet here is where you would put a washer and dryer if you wanted a washer and dryer, or it's a double stacking closet, which is really nice because you don't need one long one. This one here, this is just a secret little hiding cubby hole, I suppose. So we have Gordon's hats in there. So this is really cool too, because this is where I store our extra sheets and blankets, is in here. So that just shows you how big it is, because I have a full set of sheets and 2 blankets in here. So it's a nice big area to be able to store that. And they give you this beautiful dresser. Lots of cabinetry in the dresser. So you have lots of space for all of your stuff that you want to do. Plus the two small drawers and two large drawers. And of course, there's storage under the bed. All right, so now we are done with everything on the inside. Let's go check out the outside and we'll show you all of the things that this unit has to offer on the outside.
Hey guys, all right, so I'm gonna take you around the outside. Alice just finished with the inside, so let's just get right into it and start looking at some compartments. So we'll start off with, you just get a standard fifth wheel kingpin hitch, but you can upgrade that into, I believe it was a MORryde hitch. And then the front compartment comes generator prepped. We didn't choose to have a generator added. So we bought a couple of portable generators that we have plenty of space for right up here. And this helps us with some of the loss of storage from our Alpine when we switch to this trailer, and it doesn't have as much outside storage areas. All right, now let's swing around over here. One of the things I really love is that the Riverstone Reserve gives you two 40-pound propane tanks instead of the 30-pounders that you get with most fifth wheels. That means you have an extended life on propane. Now the only downside, of course, is that means they're heavier when you're going to lift them in here. Trust me, I've learned this. Move on to this one. All right, so the storage is actually pretty big in this. We were kind of surprised looking online. It was kind of hard to tell exactly how big the storage was. Before we made the trip from New Hampshire to Wisconsin where we bought it, we asked for measurements of the inside. And then we got these black and yellow totes from Costco. Now there is enough room that if I needed to, I could stack two. But right now, everything's stored in a manner where I don't have to do any stacking, and we kind of prefer not to have to stack like that. It gives us just more room to kind of move things around. Now our trailer, like the last one, is equipped with the 6-point Lippert hydraulic leveling jack system. And we have the step above. I love the upgraded step because there's no pin that you have to pull out to extend the arms. There's just a little button on the side you push in and those arms come in and out real easy. Now on this trailer, we do have double pane windows. We have two awnings. One of the things I really like about these awnings, if you take a look at them, so they do have a little metal wrap at the very end when you retract that awning in. The last piece that goes in over is a little metal wrap that covers it. It protects your awning. That way if you clip a tree branch or something like that, you're less likely to have your awning get torn. And then as you come around on the side over here, I'm gonna have Alice bend down, take a look. Okay, so we have the Road Armor suspension system, and one of the things that I definitely like is I'm enjoying the Cooper tires that are H-rated tires. So definitely plenty of tire for the trailer. And then it does have an outside entertainment center. It's a 40-inch TV. We've owned it for a couple months, and you can tell we don't use this very often because all the labels and everything are still on it. It's not something that we were really looking for, but it was there, so at some point we might use it, or we might decide that we'll remove the TV and then we'll have just a little bit more storage space available to us outside, maybe something big enough to put a couple of lawn chairs in or something. Had to have Alice swing around because I'm looking right at the sun. So anyway, on the back side you have a 300-pound rated hitch, good for bike racks or something like that, which is what we're using it for. All LED lights. Okay, so these are all LED lights. They even have backup lights, which is something you don't find on fifth wheels very often, but it's nice to be able to let people behind you know that, hey, I'm backing up. And they also have marker lights higher up. That way when your lights are on, you've got pretty good markings. I forgot to point it out on the way down the side, but on the side of the trailer there are also side-mounted blinkers. That way about halfway down the trailer there's a blinker light, so when you're making turns from left lane to right lane, people that might be there can see that as well. Forgive the squinting, I'm looking right at the sun. But on the driver's side, is where the battery compartment is. Now this battery compartment is huge, and as you can see, currently I've got 2 standard batteries, deep cycle batteries. Now they're on metal pull-out trays, so you just push those buttons down and you can pull these trays right out. There's enough room actually to put a total of 4 batteries in there if you wanted to. And if you're going to upgrade to solar, that's kind of a good thing, right? Because you could put 4, say, Battleborn type batteries in there and have plenty of room. So this is the other side of that front storage compartment. Again, the big black and yellow totes that I'm using. Now, I really do like their wet base system because it's pretty simple to figure it out. You got a couple of knobs that you turn based on what kind of camping you're doing, whether you're on city hookups or if you're dry camping and you're going off of your fresh tank. And again, I use Quick Connect pretty much everywhere. It makes it just easier to get everything set up and ready to go. And it's a typical wet bay. Although one of the things I do like is that the whole compartment is totally self-contained and doesn't allow any kind of water penetration to any other parts if you get water in here. It was similar to what we had on our Alpine, but I just like the way that it's made a little bit more. This one is a 12-gallon gas electric water heater, which we actually love, and which also means that in the future you can expect to see some videos on water heater maintenance, such as checking and replacing your anode rod and making sure that it's rinsed out properly. So one thing I definitely want to point out, which is a must-have, absolute must-have, is this Valterra shutoff blade. It goes right on the end of your sewer connection, and it has a little, nothing can come out now. So when you get ready to travel, you do that, put your end cap on, you go travel. If any water leaks out of your black tank, gray tank, or anything like that, this valve will stop it. That way when you take the sewer cap off, you don't have any surprises. Then you can attach your hose, open this valve up, easy peasy. All right, another thing that I'm gonna say is a recommendation for you would be our water softener. Now we're using an on-the-go water softener, and the reason that we really like the on-the-go water softener, or a water softener in general, is that hard water is pretty prevalent in certain areas that you go, and hard water can be very hard on any appliances that you might have that you're using water in, such as coffee makers, your water heater. You just think about it, that hard water creates that scale, and hard water also doesn't let your soaps, whether it's laundry detergent if you have a washer dryer, or whether it's just soaps for washing your dishes, or even in the shower. Soft water is much better for all that stuff. So you can find a link to this on-the-go water softener in the description below. Just click that show more and then scroll down and you'll find a link for our Amazon page where you can find that. Now we do get a slight commission, but it doesn't cost you a single penny more, and it's just one way that you can help support our channel. All right, so let's go ahead and finish the tour on the back. All right, so right over here is one of our storage compartments. It looks like it's quite a mess because in a way it kind of is. So this storage compartment is what they originally had designated as like a garbage area. As we showed you before, there's a little chute from the kitchen counter, and then down here is where you would put your garbage can, and you just drop garbage down in. Now we opted not to use it that way. Instead, we put like Sky's backpack, our backpacks and things like right at the top. So when we're trying to get our hiking stuff prepped, you can just reach right in through the top, grab a backpack, throw your goodies in it for the day, and then go, and you don't have to come out here and get it. But again, you could use this to store anything. We just chose this to be our like hiking stuff. This does have a power cord reel. I'm gonna give away kind of a dislike. You still need to stick around to the end for all the true dislikes and likes, but this is a dislike since I'm at it right now. I don't like that they put this cover here for your cord to come out. because when you have to bring out 20 feet of cord and you have to feed it through this hole and pull it out, and then the same thing when you're trying to retract it, you can't just retract it through the hole. All right, so this wasn't an arm switch, this was a people switch, because now I get to look at the sun again, that way the camera's not looking at the sun. But anyway, this is another storage compartment. Now this storage compartment is in the back corner of the kitchen, in the cabinets where, like in a sticks and bricks house, you might have a Lazy Susan. Instead of putting a Lazy Susan cupboard in here, what they did is they gave you a storage compartment. Now this is also where you'll find your water supply to your refrigerator for your ice maker. We chose not to use the ice maker, so we haven't ever turned that on. But again, just some real thoughtful touches in use of space. We're using this for some of our RV items, like our Anderson leveling blocks, our Anderson leveling buckets, a small ice chest, our cable TV wire, things like that. So there's actually more storage on this than what we had originally thought. One pro tip for you, something that a lot of people don't realize they have. So if you look right up here, that is the exhaust vent for over our stove. So when you turn that fan on, it comes out that area. Now what a lot of people don't realize is there's a plastic flapper in there, and there is a latch mechanism that latches that flapper closed. So you might want to get on a ladder, climb up there, and take a look at that, because turning on your stove's exhaust might not be doing you any good. So we're going to start with the things we dislike first. Alice?
All right, so the first thing is the garbage chute. And I explained a little bit of that in the video, but because it's just where it is, and you know, could you imagine putting trash down in a hole and not sure if you're hitting the trash can or not? So I wouldn't do a trash can like that. There's other things that you can figure out for a trash can.
So I'm going to talk about the flimsy floor vent covers. So if you haven't seen it yet, last week we did a video on 10 items that you can buy for your RV upgrades and modifications for under $25, and one of those items was floor covers that are heavy duty metal that you can step on, walk on, and don't have to worry about them cracking or breaking, because the flimsy ones that it came with, easy to break, I would think. And considering the amount of other great touches that are in this, I just think that was kind of a miss on their part to use such a substandard, I'll say, product in this trailer.
And the last thing are the light switches in the bedroom. So in our Alpine, we had the bed lights in the slide, and they had a switch where you could turn it on and off. Well, this RV, the light switch is closer to the closet door, and it's for the closet light. So if you wanted your reading lights on to do some reading or whatever before bed, you have to get out of bed in order to turn those lights out. So I think that those reading lights should have been closer to the bed where you could turn it on and off while in bed.
Yeah, and not have to go to an app and turn the app on and just to turn the lights off, because they did put a light switch right next to the bed. Would have been nice if they gave you controls over the ceiling lights.
Right.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the things that we like about this trailer. Actually, things we really love about this trailer.
Right. So the first one I'm going to do is the light switches in the living room. I'm crazy on light switches, apparently.
Right.
But they put the panel, or a small panel of your main lights right next to the couch. So it is awesome that I could just turn off the kitchen lights that reflect on the TV, and I don't even have to get up.
Right.
How sweet is that?
That's awesome. Now, I love the window treatments in this, from crown molding around everything, but the window treatments themselves, the way they frame the window. Now, in most trailers that we've gone in, you just have the window and the window frame itself. In this one, you actually have wood trim around the window and a small shelf at the base of the window, just like you would in a house. And for us, I think it's these little small details like that that really drew us to the Forest River Riverstone line, because you can tell that they're using products that are quality made and that they actually care about what they're doing and how they're doing it.
And of course, the last thing that we absolutely love is the size of the bathroom. All of the units that we've ever gone into and our last 2 RVs that we've had, your bathroom is so tiny. This one is awesome. I love the double vanity that is in that bathroom.
I'm going to throw in one more and talk about the kitchen. We kind of touched on it.
Yeah.
We absolutely love the kitchen and the way that it's laid out. A lot of people talk about rear kitchens, and because they are where they are, they worry about products, things back there moving when you're on your move day. We are going to do a video on RV storage ideas, and we're going to make sure that we spend plenty of time in a rear kitchen model showing you how you can set up your rear kitchen model to make sure that things stay where they're supposed to stay on that all-important move day.
Right, because so far, knock on wood, we haven't had anything move on our move days.
Right, knocking on wood.
So, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button, leave us a comment, and click the subscribe. It's all your fault.
I got my part out easy.
You give me the hard part.
I give you the hard part.
You
I
did.
On purpose.
So, leave us a like. Leave us a like.
You can leave that right over there in the kitchen, in the sink.
I'm sweating now.
I'm starting to.